challenges that ostomates often face is eating after their surgery. It can be quite daunting, especially when you think that everything's just been rerouted. Initially after your surgery, your stoma nurse may suggest to eat more bland foods, just so that it's easier to digest when you're recovering. During those first 2 to 4 weeks, you might feel a little bit bloated, so instead of having really big meals, try and have sort of little and often meals, so just graze throughout the day, so you're not kind of overloading your gut with food and it's just nice and steady. Once that initial healing period is over, you can start to introduce more varied foods to your diet. There's no reason to restrict yourself from certain food, just be sensible when trying new things. And it's good to remember that different foods will have different effects on the output from your stoma. Coloplast have actually done a fact sheet that you can download. It was available at Christmas and it's still available for you to download. It's all the different foods that you can eat and the different effects that it has on your the output from your stoma. So you can click here or just click the link below and you can download your fact sheet. If there's a particular food that you're unsure about, just try a really small amount of it, just to see if it has any bad effect. If it doesn't have a bad effect, then just try and introduce it a bit more into your diet. Don't go crazy, don't eat like a bucket full of mushrooms or something, but just try a very, very small amount and just see how it affects you, because lots of different people have different experiences with certain foods. Some people can eat pineapple, some people can't, some people can have nuts, some people can't. So I think it really does depend on you, and you need to just try different foods and see how it affects you. Ostomates worry that they can never have fruit or vegetables again because they hear these horror stories about having blockages. If you eat a lot of really fibrous vegetables that really like thick skins, yeah, it's going to really slow down the digestive system. But if you're sensible, if you chew your food thoroughly, if you peel anything that's really kind of tough, you should be fine. You can always blend things. You can make soups, you can make casseroles where the vegetables go nice and soft. You can make smoothies, you can make jam, you can make chutney, you can do a load of different things with different vegetables and fruits, and don't be too sort of afraid to experiment in the kitchen, because there are lots of ways that you can still get your 5 a day. One tip that I often do, and I feel such an idiot for doing it, but it kind of works, is that go for the fruit and veg that's targeted at kids. You've got fruit and veg that have been de-seeded and peeled. There's bolognese sauces that have your tomato but without the seeds, but it's still got the goodness of a tomato. Stuff that's easier for kids to digest. It's perfect for me. So it's one thing preparing your meals at home, but what about when you're going out for a meal or ordering in takeaway? If you're at a restaurant, don't be afraid to ask the waiter what's in a meal. That's what they're there for. They're there to be at your service. And if you need to know what's in a particular meal at a restaurant, ask them. Or if you feel a bit uncomfortable actually asking them when you're in the restaurant, ahead of time, why don't you contact them? You could always give the restaurant a call and just ask them what's in certain foods. Ask them if they can prepare a special meal for you if you're really sort of conscious. See if you can order in advance so you know exactly what's gone into it. For the bigger restaurants, you can go online, because often they'll have their menu online on their website, so you can always check their menus online prior to even leaving the house. So there are things that you can do to kind of reassure yourself that you're not going to have anything that's going to cause any problems. I've had a blockage and I'm fine. It was very uncomfortable, but eventually everything just moved along, and all I did was drink a lot of water, a lot of warm water. Somehow it seemed to help flush things out easier. But yeah, you must contact your stoma nurse if you're really concerned, because they'll be able to help you. Preventing a blockage is often easier than sort of dealing with one. So just remember to chew your food really, really thoroughly. Just be sensible, don't eat like a massive amount of food. Just, if you're not sure, just eat smaller amounts and try and eat a balanced diet if you can. It might be difficult at first, it might be difficult to adjust to certain things, but there's no reason why you can't have a nice balanced diet, and hopefully it'll help keep you a bit healthier. I'd love to know what foods you love and which foods that you tend to avoid, so leave a comment below or tweet us at Coloplast_UK with the hashtag myostomystory.